receipt of NASDAQ notification.
ASYS. BLZ. LABU. ADTN. BKKT. Flex. LLYX. TMF. VKTX. BABX. PRME. SHAZ. DXYZ. Oxy. CRGY. TMV. INLG. VWAV. UDOW. SCX. NEM. Joby. TSLQ. Nail. CDTG. USGG. Alloy.
Some commentary out by Fed's daily members. Keep in mind, she is not a, she's a non-voter. Says rising bond yields don't give signal for policy. Says I don't see Fed credibility at risk.
Logi. INTQ.
MU
HMY.
Micron Technology
Gush.
plans over $250 billion
KC.
U.S. investment to create over 50,000 jobs. That's Michael Uniform.
SPYU.
Plans Micron unveils
TSLL.
research labs with planned $10 billion investment over the next decade. That's
Baba.
Michael Uniform.
SILG. GDXY. GDXJ. ONFOW.
Micron shares off the lows now, $921.20, down about
NG.
$26.
KSTR.
MU. ENVX and Enovix to double
TZA.
Korea
TNA.
drone battery capacity. That's
VEG.
Echo
TSR.
November,
SMR.
Victor X-ray.
FGL.
ENVX.
VICR. FGL. SHNY. TTE. BP. FGL. EMATR. Brun. RCAT. AAP. NBIG. ARM. NBIS. Peng. NBIL. TSLA. AAOI. North-Northeast. QPUX. GDX. FGL. AMZU. IRE. URA. FGL. DLLL. CRMU. SM. DHR. SIMO. CRSR. VMAR, Ronnie, MT, RGTZ, CNQ, Lint, FALC, JWEB, CDTG, Lays, Babu, LUNRUSAR,
Fed's daily says
CJMB.
doesn't see job market contributing to inflation. Right now, rising long-term yields is a global issue.
RKLX.
Blunt signal for Fed, that on Bloomberg TV.
BABX, BIAF,
Short-term yields
SPAI,
show markets
FCEL.
understand Fed reaction function. Fed's daily said policy is in a good place, watching markets.
VCX,
Modal outlook expects for inflation
NOG,
pressures to fade. Was very supportive of Fed's July interest rate hold. Recent jobs and inflation data have not changed outlook so far. That's Mary
QSI,
Daly,
NAIL,
the San Francisco Fed president.
CDTG, USGG, SRPT, FSM, SIM, NTAP, CDTG, DLTR, BULZ, Logi, KPDD, SPPP, EQX, AA, TMBCF, ONDG, Z, VNET, TEX, FBLG, EVAX, CDTG, MPC, FGL, Poet, EGY, WTI, PR, TSLR, SOC, ENSC, AMLX, Indy, WAC, DG,
Daly said early days to discuss Treasury issuance patterns.
EMAT,
Will find a way to achieve its policy goals. Fed says, Daly said Fed really has to focus on achieving its inflation goals.
TNON, HD, IMSR, TGHL, AVXX, BLZE, BIAF, GRPN, SAGT, JMIA. HTFL, PGEN. PBF. DXYZ. EVGO. DHR. ANGX. CDTG. LUNR. BLDR. MRNX. CNDT, TGHL. ALMU.
And
TGHL.
CNDT collaborates with Google Cloud
BT,
to expand
CSTK.
enterprise AI strategy.
Feed. OCC. FGL.
Fed's Daily said doesn't see AI investment driving broader surge in inflation.
TSL.
We are still in a good place to watch the data.
UEC. TGHL. WMT. CDTG.
CDTG at the pre-market high now. Charlie
EVAX.
Delta Tango Golf. CDTG.
PTEN.
Shares hit a high of $8.33 on Wednesday, now at $3.40, 39 cents.
KWM.
Fed's Daily said missing its inflation goal by quite a bit.
SCSC. Babu. MD VRTL JGLO XBCI CDTG SM TNON OPHC TWG TWG CWH TGL BABA ANDG BABX PEB AA FER TWG AAP ONFO ARTL RXT KC. CYPH. EVAX. Ronnie. XELB. ONFOW. PTEN. BZ. MMA. OMH. RBRK. BABX. TGHL SA. GRND. GEMI. AMZE. IMSR. Kara. BLNK.
Canadian minister in charge of U.S. bilateral trade heading to Washington will meet U.S. Trade Rep Greer at 12:15 p.m. today.
ABOS. JFB. PWRD.
SKWD,
ENHA.
company CFO to retire. That's Sandy Kilo Whiskey Delta.
PRME. ASYSCM.
GYGY, Game Your Game issues a letter to shareholders. Golf Yankee, Golf Yankee.
Chai. AAP.
SPCB, Supercom wins third electric monitoring contract in Texas. That's Sandy Papa Charlie
Baba.
Bravo, SPCB.
HTFL. CRGY.
On BETR, Better Home
Eno.
adopts limited duration shareholder rights plan. VOXR enters into binding agreement to acquire Australian copper and gold royalty portfolio. That's on folio. VOXR.
The information reported, Anthropic's Enterprise AI Venture buys consultancy.
Babu. RYET. ANDG. CYPHEGHL. BFRI. PSX. PRFX. BLSG. MWH. MMA. SCSC GERN ZTG RGNX CYPH BBAR ANGX QSI NRIX TBT MMA ANDG SMCX
Members watching SMCI Super Micro
BLSH.
talk of a completion of investigation on the name. More color will be posted in the news desk. That's on SMCI.
IMSR PBF MMA Manu SAGT ENHA Arius BLSH Morn Edit DNLI TIGR EVAX GGB ENHA KSS,
SMCI Supermicro announced completion of independent
FER,
investigation and continued enhancement
WMT.
of export compliance program. That's Sandy Michael Charlie India. Shares popping here on that news.
ICCM, SNSC, SA, ONFOW, NBIS,
NBIS getting a spike here. November Bravo India Sandy. And pulling back.
Vera, EJH, AA,
Shares of NBIS very volatile here.
DHR, Nine, MT, CERT, ANDG,
NBIS not seeing any
ENHA.
news shares spiking and pulling back.
SID, GGB, DRIB, SIG, GLSI, YMT, CELZ, CELZ, DVN, Cato, IPWR, SDOW,
HOV Hovnanian reported a loss of 70 cents. The estimate on Hovnanian was a loss of 56 cents, or a wider loss than expected for Hotel Oscar Victor. CELZ,
Jay-Z.
Creative Medical Technologies, getting a pop here. Charlie Echo Lima Zulu.
Jay-Z. 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 Jay-Z, 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 Jay-Z.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. Happy Thursday. Mic test, mic test, mic test. All right, guys, quick reminder, yesterday's recap. If you missed yesterday's amazing day on Myrna, make sure you watch yesterday's recap. A lot of good recaps there on YouTube. All right, guys. Yet again, the yields are bouncing. And the market is down. So let's see if market curls. We'll be watching carefully. See if VIX stays low. The semiconductor especially getting killed hard yet again. The strong sectors are software, crypto.
Members, you got about 3 minutes till the market open.
So crypto once again, very strong in the pre-market. We'll be watching crypto, any profit taking, and then hold a level if Bitcoin continues to break. We'll look at crypto stocks. Make sure you go through the day two setups. I'm seeing that software stocks are showing some relative strength. They are holding a little better in the pre-market. We'll be watching if that continues to be. I also noticed today that the fintech stocks are kind of a little strong. And of course, biotech after yesterday's Myrna news is super duper strong. So talking about earnings play, bull, very strong. Our position is now 100% gain on our long-term portfolio on bull from 5 to 10. So that's a huge winner for the Tanner research. We have Futu. If it cannot push over 120, will be a gap and crap. Futu, and then we also
GRML Greenland Mines announced a 1 for 50 reverse stock split from your Michael Lima.
We are looking for a curl over 123. No go under that 121 level. Then we also have Walmart. Walmart is still heavy, so have to be careful there on any long side. DE is another important name. So the point is, if market bounces, there will be enough setup. If market pops, chops, many names will pop and drop. So we don't know. It depends on the market, especially for the AI names. So not every morning in the pre-market I have a sense. Is it like easy day? Is it kind of going to be a little tough day? So far it doesn't look like it's going to be easy day because market is gapping down. We have to make sure that it's a bounce, it's a curl. A lot of resistance on yesterday's lows on QQQ. We have to watch SOXL. So let's see what market gives us. Accordingly, we'll watch it. Of course, always the top
SGOI
names.
Singularity pricing their $5 million offering to 3.
We have data center names in the AI, BE, ARM, CBRS. So there's a lot of setups to watch, but it depends on the market, especially for the AI names. So let's be patient on the amateur move. If the market gives us Futu under, we're looking for a gap and grab in case if it breaks that level. SMCI also had some news, but depends on the semiconductors, what semiconductors do today. Yeah, Futu already gapped and grabbed right out of the gate. Look at that. What a flush. Yeah, it's right out of the gate. $7 flush on Futu. Like I said, gap and grab, so went too fast. All right, guys, market open. Watch the software names. Now is pretty strong. Watch the pullbacks there. Now. Bull, no go right now. Gap and crap on bull, no go there. All right, let's see here. Marna, profit taking, no go. All right, so market opening a little bullish here. I'm seeing a little curl on the market. So first move, amateur move is the bullish curl, small size. Amateur move. Let's see what software names are kind of holding up. CBRS. I want to see price move over the pre-market highs. Let's quickly look at the earning plays. Futu, Baba, Walmart still heavy. Keep eyes on AAP, not APP, AAP. APP in heavy. Myrna no go, profit taking. 136 support on Myrna, 140, 136. Right now it's no go. Marvel day 2 pretty strong. So let's see. The first move, it's an amateur move. Doesn't mean that we're going to be bouncing all day, but the first move is bullish. So if you play that, you can play that small size. Myrna is a no-go. Short scalp to 140. We'll wait to see what it does later. Let's look at BE. AAOI. No bounce on AAOI. Nothing there. SMCI is a 1 hour MTF long. Yep. SMCI. Yeah. Yeah, SMCI is definitely 1 hour long. Baba calls versus 122. Baba. So Baba is curling. Let's look at Walmart. Walmart still heavy. Futu flushed right at the open. Went pretty fast. All right, let's look at all the AI names. Let's see what is holding strength. So holding strength, SKHY is strong, SMCI is strong, Marvell is one of the stronger names to watch on the pullbacks. AMD is also curling there. Watch any pullbacks on AMD longs. Do not chase. All right, so I see these names are holding little strength. Let's see AVGO and Micron, not yet. Micron, lot of. So definitely they are buying this at the open. We have 512 calls. Few of the names are very strong. SKHY. So SKHY has an upgrade. So SKHY has in our game plan overweight 300 upgrade. Yeah.
PFSA shares halted down on a circuit breaker. Papa Foxtrot Sandy Alpha.
So SKHY is a good long. Let's look at CBRS. Not yet.
Very light volume.
Marvel day 2. Do not chase. You have to be closer to the clouds. Yeah, let's see here. So SPY is strong. QQQ is strong. The calls are holding. SPY calls. Calls are holding. Calls are holding. Ooh, APP. Ooh, APP. Software. APP. Woke up. So APP is like a now defined swing setup versus 300. Yeah, 1 hour MTF setup today.
Moderna shares off the lows now, 146.85.
Or let's see if Moderna is finding support yet or not. 140s. So Moderna has a support at 136, 140s. That's what we are watching. See if that holds. Okay, QQQ SPY calls holding. Okay, now look for your names which have not pushed yet. SKHY already long, SMCI already long, Marvel is already long. Now Qualcomm is trying to push, AMD is pushing. Okay, so we are getting a bigger move here on the amateur. The curls are working if you have that small size there. SMU, Micron and SNDK also curled there. So let's see. Now we want to see the trend move hold. Like I said, if market bounces, we will have enough setups. So the first move is bullish. That was the first curl I mentioned. Marna is bouncing, nice. From the D minus support. Yeah, what I'm looking for is Marna to make a base here and then give us a curl. What I don't want to see is that it break 140, 136 and no base. All right, so QQQs, if you did that amateur calls to start, your stop should be under opening price.
Shares of Walmart off the lows now, 105.70. Shares right now down about 7.5% following their earnings report. Comp sales coming in below estimates and weak guidance reported by the company. That's Whiskey Michael Tango.
Okay, so now what you want to see on the
On
next candle.
OKLO, seen some November 95 call activity
Now you want to
on and
see
by the offer
CBRS no go, CBRS no
expires
go.
on November 20. That's OKLO.
Let's look at space stocks. So now next candle on the QQQ, we want to see higher lows, higher highs. We want to QQQ hold the yesterday lows. That's what we are looking for. We're not out of the woods yet. This is the amateur bounce. So this is the amateur bounce. We are not short. We are playing the call, but this is the amateur bounce. So for the new members, let's see what happens. Rocket Lab heavy. We'll look to add Rocket Lab on the dips and our swing portfolio. So let's see what happens. Next candle is important, guys. It's only the first candle bounce. So if you're trading the amateur move, it's the first candle bounce. We want to see higher lows, higher highs. We don't want to see a chop. All right, so let's see if Baba call works. We're gonna use this 122 stops here. So far, first candle rejection. I wanna wait, what to see there, what happens. Yeah, Tesla is a short. Yep. Let's look at Meta. Yeah, I don't see a lot of other names bouncing. Let's go to the through the Mag 7. Tesla no go. Apple is okay to trade long. Meta no go. Microsoft no go. Nvidia is okay for the long. SOXL is so far okay. Taiwan Semi is okay. AMD is okay. So I'm seeing that semiconductors, especially Nvidia, AMD, Taiwan Semi, SOXL, those are holding curls. QQQ, SOXL, holding curls. You can add a little bit more into your QQQ calls if you want. Just make sure your stops are break even. So semiconductors are definitely strong. Max 7 is not. Baba trying to push. We're going to move the stops up as Baba pushes there. Let's go back to Bull. Bull is rejecting 10. I want to see Bull push over 10. We still have our long-term position. We took some profits in before the earnings and on the pops.
Commentary out by Politico says there's
All right,
no
Baba,
talk
guys,
about
move stops up
military
on Baba.
escalation against Iran at this point.
Baba, move stops up, please. We already pushed couple of dollars there. Okay, so Baba is working. Make sure it does not turn red, either flat or nice green. Okay, so that's on Baba. Let's go back to Marna. Marna still no bounce, still bearish. Baba, there we go, Baba. Top earning plays. Futu, like I said, I wanted to gap and crap. As I was about to hit, it flushed. Yeah, that was easy gap and crap miss. I love those fast moves you're done for the day. Yeah, I almost filled at 116. It hit 107. So missed almost $9 there. Well, that happens.
Coming up at 10, the U.S. leading index for July at 10:30 natural gas storage.
All right, let's go back to our crypto stocks. Let's see how the crypto sector is doing. Let's see if you guys can find some trades there on crypto stocks. Let's start with Circle. Circle is chopping. The calls is over 83. Coin, I wish it filled a gap, but Coin is bouncing over previous day highs. The breakout is over 175 on Coin. Let's put some price alerts there. This should be a multi-day breakout. MSTR, profit taking, that gap up spoiled it. BMNR. Yeah, what we need right now is a big pullback on the crypto stocks. All right, guys, move the stops up on QQQs. Your stops should be at 7.1240 cents on QQQs. Move stops up. Basically moved it under 512.
Virtue to explore a
test.
3.5 billion plus sale.
Big test on QQQ. What is that big test?
Brokerage unit.
What is QQQ testing right now?
VIRT, a little volume uptick.
What is QQQ? Yes, it's a daily 2021 EMA MTF cloud. Very important for Qs to get over that. Very important. That if it gets over that, that means the tech is turning a little bullish there. All right, I mentioned the software sector and I mentioned now. So now is about to break out there because software sector, I watched it. It was strong in the pre-market. That's why I mentioned the pre-market glimp. And I mentioned now Yeah, the 130 is the breakout there. Let's look at iNode. Our swing is also benefiting from them, from the software strength. Hopefully you bought the dip into 60 yesterday. You should be already up $4 on iNode. All right, guys, Baba. Now we sell some. We got $4 per share on Baba. $150% on 125 calls. Beautiful on Baba. Beautiful move. Successful call. Explained it in the pre-market. I'm looking for the call. Gave you the risk level, and we got nice little move on Baba. NBI is heavy. Be careful. NBI is heavy. Okay. This is what I don't want to see. The SOXL rejection. This is what I don't want to see. I want to see it hold it. All right. HIMS is squeezing. Let's take a look. Ooh, HIMS. Yeah, the biotech is just going crazy, right? HIMS. Let's look at TEM day 2. TEM day 2 also going crazy. I mentioned that biotechs are the hot sector. Yeah. Yeah, TEM day 2s. Yeah. Biotech is strong. Okay. So what we will do is now we want to see higher lows. Okay. We do not panic on the market yet, or we do not cut. But if we break this level, which we're looking like we're about to break, then you have to exit QQQs. So QQQs, like I said right away, that MTF 20 MTF is rejecting. That's not good. That's not good. So yeah, we want to see this candle hold now. Let's see if this candle holds. This candle is important to hold. This candle is important to hold right now. Let's see if it does. Let's look at meanwhile, let's look at yesterday's day 2 earning plays. Target is a curling day 2 earning play. Make sure you watch day 2 webinar. Earning day 2s are usually good. Let's look at ST Lauder. That's not doing much. Yeah, Target is curling. Let's see Walmart. Walmart no go. Costco dumped with Walmart, but I think Costco may recover. We'll see. It dumped with Walmart. Target is holding. Elf Beauty, let's see. Yeah, so Elf Beauty is up because of ST Lauder. So yesterday we traded the long. If you watch the recap, ST Lauder was the long. So because of ST Lauder, Elf Beauty is also strong. So yeah, that's a good one maybe. Yeah, Ulta Beauty was good too. Yeah, Sophie, hopefully you make some money on Elf Beauty and you can spend it there. Sophie. Yeah, Elf Beauty. Yeah, Elf. Both the cosmetics earnings have been good. Estee Lauder, Elf Beauty, they all have been good. All right, QQQ still holding. Costco, keep eyes on Costco. Down with Walmart.
VIRT, Virtue Financial shares reversing sharply. Some
all right, Baba,
Bloomberg
hopefully we
report,
took some profits there.
regarding
Now the stop's at
possible
123.50.
M&A deal. Went to
Usually when we play
63.99.
that,
Now falling sharply, down about $5 from the highs. VIRT.
All right, let's go back to Marna.
That was
Is it
reported
basing
in
yet?
other media earlier in the week. Victor India Romeo Tango.
I mean, it's basing. It's making a D minus base at 140. I would have loved 136. But yeah, it's basing. I mean, it's a D minus. APP doing something. ERM. So yeah, next big dip. All right, guys, cut QQQs. Cut it. Broke 512. Cut the amateurs. We'll have to wait. If you still want to hold it, then you can use the low of the day. So we could not pass through that 2021 MTF. That's what we were looking for, like a confirmed bias. But we got stuck under it. That's fine. Elf Beauty, yeah, beautiful call there. Sophie, beautiful breakout. Keep eyes on ST Lauder. It's gonna also doing the day 2 calls. Breakout is 100 on ST Lauder. Okay, so you start a small position, your stops at 97. Then ST Lauder and Elf Beauty, they can run. Then you go shop there with the profits for your wives or your girlfriends, and unless you like to shop there, so you can do it too. So we'll see. All right, let's go back to SMCI. So guys, so here's what happened. The first candle we got on the amateur curl. We tried amateur curl. QQQ bounced from 712 to 714.50. QQQ rejected our 2021 MTF cloud. We got out of the QQQ longs because the amateur curl rejected. You can short scalp that 512 breaks. So be careful on the longs setups now. That's why you don't chase high of the candle. SOXL also failed. So failed. So now we're gonna see if there's any
WETO, more
short
highs
setups.
now.
Let's take a look.
72%. Whiskey Echo Tango Oscar.
And now the other thing, important thing, right? We doesn't mean we will sell off or anything. We can also chop. QQQ can pull back a little bit to pre-market low, bounce again, pull back, bounce again. Now we just wait for 10 a.m. trend time. So now we just wait for 10 a.m. trend time, see what happens there. Baba, hopefully you guys are trading it. Baba, that's really good one today. Worked out nicely. SMCI, got it. Under 1 hour, market heavy. Got it. So yeah, when we don't get those, confident bounces, it's always tough. Market is still heavy now. Amateur trapped the bulls. That's what market did. Let's see what is strong in the market. Let's look at, I was looking at the fintechs earlier. They were looking pretty strong. Fintech, crypto, no calls, careful yet, no calls yet, no calls on crypto yet, nothing there yet, nothing there. Energy, oil, that's pretty strong. So yeah, but I don't usually trade energy. It's small ATR. You guys can trade it.
STDN, Standard Nuclear, executes fuel supply agreement with Radiant for Triso Nuclear Fuel, Sandy Tango Delta November, STDN.
Trump investments are strong. Interesting. PG, Uber, ICE, Waste Management, Netflix. Trump's investments are strong. Interesting. No, I don't see. Yeah, I don't. Guys, everything is red, and I'm going through all the key watch list. Everything is red right now. I don't know.
Coming up, the
We'll
U.S.
see.
leading index for July, plus 0.1%.
Let's see what happens at 10 a.m. 10 time. Yeah. TEM, of course, day too long, right? Top biotech, day 2, TEM. There goes TEM. All right, let's look at bull. How are we doing on bull? Yeah, bull 10 breakout. If it today it pulled back and filled the gap, would have added more to the long-term position. But not, so I'm going to let it run if it breaks 10. All right, guys. So no clear direction right now. We are back in the chop. Market failed to make higher lows, higher highs. It's stuck in this range. Pre-market lows and MTF. That's where the market is stuck. So be careful. Not an A+ day on the long side yet. Remember, market has a personality. Market has a personality. In the pre-market, when you analyze, you can already tell, like I was explaining earlier, what you feel about the market. Every market is under 1 hour cloud, it's under 21 MTF. Now it's holding the 50 and other MTF. SPY is holding 21 MTF. So this action is not our A+ action on the market. The A+ action is we're trading our yesterday highs, we're trading our previous day highs, we're making higher lows, high highs, and we have done it. If you're new, watch SPY QQQ YouTube recaps playlist, or you can also watch the webinar there. Yeah, so yields has completely spoiled the market. I mean, we got some runners yesterday that, we thanks to Myrna. So this is why watch Myrna. It's trying to D- consolidation there. Myrna is trying to do a D- consolidation. This is why when a play like Myrna comes, you need to capitalize on it. So you're not worried on a day like today. So many traders yesterday made those big 6-figure trades on Myrna, or 5-figure, whatever is big for those traders. So they don't need to mess all week. Yeah, so when a big opportunity
GOGL,
comes,
Google says Threat Intelligence Group is tracking 3 distinct suspected Russian
gotta
cyber
take it.
espionage threat clusters.
Let's look at DE.
That in a blog post.
D is little
GOGL.
choppy. Yeah, I see that. It's bouncing. It's just a little choppy. That's all. Let's look at software names again. PLTR did now break out yet? No, not yet. So let's wait what happens at 10 a.m. As long as we are stuck in these blue boxes, we are not going anywhere. We got to be, wow. Yeah. I mean, even with shares, I mean.
Plus 0.2% versus plus 0.1% expected on
Remember,
the
it's taking a
US
peek at your leading
index.
indicator is expected
Coming up
0
at
spot
10:30, natural
1%,
gas
coming
storage,
in
a
a
build
little
of
bit
15
higher at
BCF
0
is the
spot 2%.
consensus. CNXN connection wins NASA SCWP 6 contract. That's Charlie November, X-ray November, CNXN.
Yeah, Myrna still rejecting. Real, I want to see Myrna to curl is over 150. if we ever get, if that call happens, then we can have day 2. So far it's heavy, super heavy. There's a small buyer at 141. Small buyer at 141. Baba, move the stops up closer to 124. Yeah, market is trying to hold, but unless and until we get out of the range, we're just gonna be a lot of job there. SKHY. Yeah, back in the choppy candles, all the places. Yeah, that was a big 150. So clearly there's a big seller at 150 on Marna. So for Marna to kind of make a huge move today, you need that 150 push and breakout. That's what you need. That's really what you need. Yeah, silver, like I said, keep buying versus 50. Yeah, bull is not able to break 100. Market failing at 10 a.m. may go back to the lows of the day. Remember, every day is a personality. Some days are days where you go strong, some days you be patient. Yeah, Marna has a buyer there, 141, that area. There's a buyer. Yeah, market is turning into the bearish mode. Let's look at TEM, HIMS. Yeah, those were the best names. Those. Yeah, there's HIMS and TEM. Let's look at our scanners. TIMS, HEM. Let's see if there's any shorts in the market right now with the QQQ dumping. NBS holding. CRDO is heavy. Let's look at BE. BE still holding. AVGO, AAOI. AAOI heavy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not a lot of, there's not a lot of a panic sell either. It's just chopping in the bearish mode. So do not touch too much here. Let's look at SpaceX. Is SpaceX a short? Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, SpaceX. Yeah, nice. Looks like every pop on SpaceX to 150 has been a short. Wow. Rejected that 150. Ooh, Marna dumped. Marna Dumpola. Dumpola on Marna. Cleared, the buyer got swiped. Yeah. Bear flag. Bear flag. Yeah, Marna can go to 136 now, 135, 136. Yeah, I already mentioned that, AL, in the pre-market game plan. I mentioned that yields are causing the problem. So yields have spiked again. That's exactly the problem. No doubt that yields are causing this problem. So this is the exact level where Marna was yesterday when we traded that midday. Rocket Lab, let's take a look. Rocket Lab, when did you add? Why are you adding under the clouds? I only talked about the long-term position, not a day trade. Yeah, Rocket Lab was never a long. Rocket Lab is riding the cloud. It's actually a nice short. Yeah, Rocket Lab, I said we're looking for more flushes to build a long-term position there. Not that it's under the cloud. It's not a day trade long. So yeah, be careful. Space sector is weak. Space sector is weak. That's why it's a weakness. Reddit also broke 150. Yeah, Reddit is no go right now. Only for the long-term position. It's probably closer to 150s, 140s, 140. Like the last time we did similar thing, we're gonna try to do that. Let's look at Dell. Dell is holding. I mean, in the market bounces, and it's just not a good environment to try too much, especially a day trade long on the names, even those names which are choppy, right? We need to see the environment, and based on the environment, we
MMA
need to
shares
decide.
popping here. Mixed martial arts up 140% now. Michael Alpha.
So basically, what you need is a market awareness, right? How do I explain it?
SNSC shares halted, down now, $1.85.
Yeah, I'm just looking to example how to explain what I'm saying. Okay, market is another try. Chop. Another chop try. So example I'm saying is every day when you see the market, you have the feeling, okay, today, so let's say you want to party, right? So you want to party, it's Friday, but you're sick. You have a sore throat or whatever. Today even if I try to party, yeah, I drink few beers, I might be a little high, but I'm going to make myself more sick, right? So you don't. Now there's another Friday where you worked out in the morning, burned bunch of calories, it's good. There's some occasion, today I'm going to party more. I'm going to, because I know it's going to be fun, right? And I have worked out and everything. So it's a different day, right? So you just have to decide based upon that. I'm just trying to give you example. So that's your mindset when you see the market. What is it telling me? That today I'm going to try too much, or today I'm going to try a little bit? Is today a good day to go crazy? So that's how it is, right? So just to give you the party example, right? Because if you try to party every time and you see that you're sick and you're trying to drink all the beer, you're gonna have sinus, you're gonna be stuffy, you're gonna be worst hangover. So there's no use. So you need to know, right? So if you, it's like you go to a dinner, you go to a new place, and right away you can see the vibe of the place that and if the vibe doesn't vibe, you're like, I'm going to take it easy. It's the same thing with the market. You need to see the vibe of the market. Yeah.
On PGE and seeing a little volume pop. September 8 call activity, a block up 6,000 on the offer expires September 18. PGEN Precigen.
So let me give you another example, right? Because this is very important, so everybody to understand, to have the vibe of the market. So let's say if you're married, you might understand this example, but hopefully bachelors could too. So you go to a party with your wife, your friend's birthday, whatever. You're having some margaritas. You're not getting high, so you want more. Few of your friends, you take, few whiskey shots, and you keep doing it. But then you know that it's your wife is watching you, so you're going to be in trouble. It's not a good environment to get crazy high, right? The vibe is not there, so you're going to be in trouble when you get home, and she probably had to drag you. But now on another day, imagine a different day. It's your wife's birthday. You throw a big party, call all her friends, everyone, and now it's a good environment. She won't care if you get a little bit too high, right? So you try different shorts. You're talking to your friends. You have fun. So you see there's different environments. So that's how the market is. You have to understand, if you're taking too many trades, trying to figure out, just like you're trying to take too many shots, where it's not going to end well. So that's the market. And if it's a trend day, everything is making higher lows, higher highs, pushing higher. Yields are down, VIX is down, US dollar is down, semiconductors are strong. The probability of your long working, anything you pick, is higher. So that's the party which you threw for your wife's birthday, and she doesn't really care because she's excited and she's happy that you did it, and you can get a little bit more shots even if you're out. So understand that. So hopefully that's important. The reason I give you an example, because you will remember what I said. Even if it's a poor joke, you will remember it. But if you keep telling you about the market vibe, you will forget it. So yeah, so let's see. So right now the environment is not good.
Coming up at 10:30, natural gas storage.
Yeah, keep eyes on Myrna. Is trying to bounce from the same spot. Still bearish. Baba is still working. Marvel is relatively stronger. Interesting. Marvel
Hey, build
is
a 15
relatively
BCF
stronger.
is the consensus on natural gas.
Dell, not yet. We'll see. All right, so we are close to that. We are close to that 1040 algo time. Let's see what that brings. 1040 algo, 1040 algo. 1040 algo. Yeah, you can look at the names which are holding in case we get a trend later. Because the problem is right now we're popping and we're dropping and chopping. Yeah, look at the Myrna double bottom on 1 hour chart right from the level, right there. 135s, 136s. All right, let's look again at the semiconductors. Let's see how TEM is doing. TEM, yeah, it's pulling back. Yeah, AOI is holding. So right now you go through the names and see what names are holding. All right, guys, Baba going for next target. MTFs stops at 124 on Baba.
Shares of Walmart right now are down near the lows, 103.77 right now, down more than 9%. That's on pace for the biggest drop since May of 2022.
Yeah, next
That's
week is
Whiskey
good,
Michael
big.
Tango.
$7 bounce from their support. See, this is how support resistance works. Look at that. Study it. It's important. That's why you gotta look at yesterday's levels, not just today's levels. Okay, a little bit swipe. Let's see what is holding. Dell is definitely holding. Yeah, if you want to try something, you don't want to chase the high of the candle. If you think that market has a chance to push, bounce, curl, then you look over the names which are holding and you try to get in closer to the support and closer to the cloud levels so that, you know, if it pulls back, you don't panic and you don't cut. For example, if I want to be in AOI, I will be closer to 123 so that if market pushes, I have a higher chance of making it work rather than buying here on the top at 126. Yeah, Marvel was, I see that Marvel has been relatively holding a little strength.
IPST, IP Strategy getting a pop here. India Pampa Sandy Tango, 1469, up 74% now. That's IPST. Shares are halted on a circuit breaker.
Yeah, Marvel is day 2. Remember, it had a news yesterday, so was not clean, was a little choppy. And
That's India Pampa Sandy Tango, currently halted at the highs.
All right, let's see here if SKHY is bouncing. Yeah, SKHY, I see that. Let's look at APP. APP, if it holds this 310, 311 area, it has hope. This is a support. So that's the hope for APP. Because APP has been bouncing from this area for a while. So that's what you want to see. 311, 311, 312, that area to hold. I see a lot of strength. I mean, definitely Marvel is good. It's one of the top names if market pushes too long. No doubt, but I don't get too excited on these crazy swipes, because moment you chase that swipe is gonna pull back. Okay, memory names. So memory names are relatively stronger. Compare the memory names to other names because it's trying to push over the pre-market highs.
XOS getting another pop here. X-ray Oscar Sandy, XOS.
Yeah, memory names
Shares
are
hitting around $3.80 now,
definitely
31%. X-ray
stronger.
Oscar Sandy.
DE, yeah, DE is ABCD's pet name. DE, yeah, Caterpillar DE, they move nicely. 600 psychological setup. Yeah, nice. 600 psychological setup, yeah. Yeah, nice little flag. So DE is an earning play. Yeah, a lot of resistance on IBM. If in Baba, if you are in Baba, you gotta take some profits there. Keep 30% position. Let's go to Futu. Futu still heavy. Walmart still heavy. Walmart has been a short. Yeah, Walmart is a short.
Members, coming up at 10:30. We have your EIA nat gas expected at 15 BCF.
Coming up, natural gas storage. A build of 15 BCF expected. $16 BCF versus 15 expected
Members, taking a peek.
on natural
16
gas.
BCF is your number. Expected 15 BCF.
Natural gas futures falling to the lows now, $2.72.
These memory names are holding stronger. So if you are in Micron, SK or SKHY, you are doing better. Memory names are holding much stronger than the other names. Silver, what is silver doing? Yeah, silver is gonna break out. Yeah, looking good. SpaceX. Yeah, SpaceX is down. Bull is a gap and crap. Yeah, gap and crap on bull. Close the full position. So we continue to stay in that range box that I mentioned earlier. It's just stuck in that range, those blue boxes. So hopefully you're not taking too many shots. CBRS, yeah, bouncing from yesterday's lows. CBRS had a catalyst yesterday night. I think CEO was speaking or something. That's why it gapped up. So there's a leverage ETF for Myrna now. I mean, it was always there. Nobody was trading it. MRNX. I see that. MRNX. Interesting. Myrnex. Yeah, Tesla, nice call. You guys called it short earlier. Oh, Tesla super heavy. Marna is a D minus, 136 support. If it breaks that, then it's gonna go to 128. If it holds that, then you can trade the D minus. Yeah, a lot of selling right now in Marna. Still bearish crowd rejected 512s.
MMA. Share is right now up 137%, moving again.
On SRA, the commentary out by Muddy Waters says it appears someone really doesn't want people to see the mentions in our SRAD report of one-time bet. This is coming from Muddy Waters.
Martina still bouncing from the support zone. So Reddit has been selling off days since that S&P addition, and we hit what, 184. All right, SPY QQQ holding the 1040 calls, still waiting for the breakout. So that if we get there, then we have some chance. So don't short the market. It's holding sideways. Let's see, back at the 2021 MTF test for the market. Still waiting to see anything. Chop, 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 AMD chop. BE in the chop range, holding. Anything that's stuck in the morning 1 hour range, that's a chop. Light is super strong today. Interesting. Light. Wow, A&M, SpaceX still heavy. AHR, choppy, NBS, choppy. Rocket Lab. CBRS bouncing from the 200 psychological level. Okay, so I see that what's happening. Photonics are bouncing. That's what's happening. Yeah. Photonics are photonics is a leading sector today. That's why some of those names are bouncing. Memory, photonics are the stronger names. That's why you're seeing them holding the bounce. So just looking at what sector is relatively stronger. Dell bounce from 430s. Okay, I see that. MXL is holding. CRDO bearish. IRN bearish. B is an MTF setup. So I go look at MDB, see if it's anything that interests me. Not enough pullback. It's under the cloud, so I'm not interested. Then I want to see that anything on our hot list. Let's go to hot list. So I see that CRDO is under the MTF. CoreWeave is under the MTF. SpaceX, AOI. So I go to AAOI. I see that it's testing MTF. So I can put it on my watch list. See if there's a setup. So you can filter your MTF scanner. It runs every 30 minutes. So you can find those plays. So Tanner Research, very valuable just with that scanner alone. So if I want to look at
Highs of the day.
yeah, news guy, you're late. I already mentioned fintech in the morning. So we look at fintech. So I see that. So I go to my MTF scanner. I go to fintech. I see that NU, AFRM are there, so I go look at AFRM. So AFRM broke the MTF, sitting at the second MTF, not one of the stronger ones, so I'm not interested. So I look at NU. NU dumped, actually it was an MTF magnet setup. So it's sitting at 2021 MTF, NU. So that's a D minus setup. So that my scanner tells me. So I can easily find those MTF trades. Maybe so. AI infra hot. So most are MTF bearish, right? So if I just want to look at MTF bullish, then I look at select above the MTF clouds. Then I try to look at MTF bullish names. There are only not too many. I look at memory, MRAM, that's shopping and retail. Let's see, Lowe's and Home Depot. So Lowe's is holding over the cloud, MTF cloud, but not the name that I like to trade. So I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to try to see solar. Solar, nothing much there. Batteries, nothing. Biotech, nothing. Yeah, most today are MTF bearish setups. Mostly things are under MTF, so I'm not interested in those under MTFs. Yeah. PDD, yeah, that's yeah, I might want to add a filter with a change. Yeah, that might work. MSTR. Gold, silver going. Let's take a look. Yeah, silver is a big breakout, daily breakout on silver.
Members, keep in mind, coming up soon on CNBC, we do have White House's Bassett speaking.
Iran's foreign minister says new U.S. sanctions target innocent Iranian citizens and amount to economic terrorism.
Remember, seeing continued strength in gold and silver hitting day highs.
Yeah. All you had to do was buy silver at the 50s. Yeah, I only sent fifth silver 50 like few times.
USDE stablecoin X getting a pop here to the high of 27%. That's Uniform Sandy Delta Echo.
Members, Besant is currently speaking on CNBC.
Our guys, memory name still holding pretty strong. Market trying to break out of that range. So we might get some moves now. Let's see. Bitcoin, guys, watch Bitcoin breaking out. Let's look at Circle. Circle curls versus 82s. MSTR curls versus 109s. What's that curl there? If Bitcoin pushes, all of those are going to move.
Treasury Secretary Besant on CNBC
Yeah, so Bitcoin is starting.
On bonds, buyback could be more than $4 billion. Part of it is signaling. Besson said on bond buyback, we want to show that yields do not reflect underlying fundamentals. Probably going to announce increased focus on fiscal consolidation. That's Treasury Secretary Besson right now on CNBC.
Members, we are seeing a little downtick in the yield markets following comments by Besson on CNBC.
Besson said we expect 2026 tariff 2026 income will be similar to 2025. Besson said there's nothing magic about the $40 trillion debt number. Besson said we believe yields don't represent the underlying fundamentals. Besson said very good chance we've seen the peak deficit. Besson said on buyback it could be more than $4 billion per issue.
Besson says the market has gotten a little ahead of itself.
Oh boy, what's he saying? Yeah, shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say that.
Besson said Treasury and Fed would work together if any change in the balance sheet. We would adjust. Says that rates have nothing to do with the buyback decision.
Oh boy.
Said
Just
market's
when
got a
you're
little ahead of
about to
itself.
break out. Yeah, QQQ 2021 MTF again, rejections.
Besson says that rates have nothing to do with buyback decision.
Yep, Besant, thank you, huh? Yeah, he's Baco. Yeah, right at the MTFs, huh? They use MTF. Reddit, bear flag. We're slowly building position back on Reddit. All right, there goes your breakout, guys, back in the chop zone. You can thank Besant for that. Well, the crypto is still holding. That's good news. Watch out your AI names. Crypto calls are still holding. MSTR is trying. Coin is holding. So we failed the market. Breakout, back in chop. Now be patient. Sit on hands. If you like something short, you can take it. I think Besant is still speaking. Coin is actually very bullish. Very bullish.
Best said actions will curtail Iran's ability to take action through proxies.
Yeah, back in the chop. I mean, we never cleared the chop. We were waiting for that clear, and you could see those blue boxes rejecting again.
Besant said on whether Iran actions will include China, some conversations better to be private. Confident that everyone, including China, wants to see Hormuz Strait reopened.
Yeah. If you're taking too many shorts, like my example I gave earlier, then it's going to be tough. Yeah, red is fine. Don't make it worse. Don't be stupid, red. That's a real problem. Red is not a problem. Red is part of the game. When you make stupid red turn from a small red in the morning into a gigantic red by end of the day, that is a problem because then you give up everything. Mentality is the key. When you look at that red P&L on your account and you just so far it's holding, so it's working. Now if it can push over 145, then we can get 150. If it breaks 150, then we can get much more, right? So that's how you do it. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, after the first 10-15 minutes, we already knew this is how the day is going to be. I don't get it. Some of you don't listen. Look at it, what I said. Yeah. And then I gave you the example of getting drunk on a party. You're still not listening. Especially the SPY QQ traders.
COCP Crystal Pharma, Zach Small Cap Research giving it an $8 price valuation. Charlie Oscar, Charlie Papa.
Yeah, see, I haven't touched any AI name. You know, Baba was a good long. Marna, I'm just scalping the D minus. Tried the Qs at the open, just leave it alone. Now, those who got crypto calls, they're good. Yeah, just for trade earning. You know, I mean, don't trade the marketplace. Start trading earning place. If you are struggling and you can't figure that out, those who are struggling, focus on the stock which has a good, solid news. You know, earning plays always make a move. You know, when they work good. Sometimes they don't. Look at the DE that ABCD focused on. I highlighted as red on the earning play. You know, simple 600 psychological long. If you are an option trader, if you're an option trader, you got some there too as well. Baba was nice. I clearly explained that I'm looking for a call. We got $5 on Baba. So it's not that, this market awareness and is what is really a problem for those who kind of kill themselves on a chop day. It's market awareness. I know we had SMCI loser. That's fine.
Treasury Secretary Bessent on U.S. bonds said, but
But
think about companies issuing
we
more
gotta
five-year
focus
debt.
on the. All right.
Said on buybacks, we're trying to keep
Remember,
the
the best interview on
market
CNBC
in
has now
equilibrium.
ended.
All right, there we go. Myrna. Now comes the 512. Let's see if we can get the 148. Yeah, yes, some of the new traders, you gotta focus, right? Those the same traders who missed Myrna yesterday are the same traders who are getting chopped in SPY QQQQ. Even today, if you focused on Myrna, you had a D minus support to trade with. So already up, depending on where you added the D minus. Who's trading D minus Myrna? Who traded D minus Myrna? Who was listening to what I was explaining? Good, good. All right, very good. You guys know where to focus on. See, now you can relax, and now you don't care. You can add a little bit more and move your stops break even. So what is a D minus? D minus is where we trade against the clouds based upon certain exceptions. Based on a certain exceptions. If you are completely new, then you should just focus on the cloud setups. But we can't miss the opportunities like Myrna, so look at that. I'm already up $8, $9 there on the D minus. Yeah, I'm surprised a lot of traders did not trade Myrna yesterday. I was like, yeah, see, I can only do so much. You gotta press the buttons. Watch the recap. Took the Myrna. I mean, a lot of traders did pretty good too, but I still see a lot of traders overthinking and missing those good setups. You don't get a trades like that where stock runs from 120 all the way to 180 in a day. So yeah. So yeah, we'll see. So now what you want to see on Myrna, you don't want to see a failure. If it pulls back, then you have this 142 support which needs to hold. That's the support there. Under that is 140, 50 support. So those are two support levels. So they hold, then we get that, So far it's working. The 512 is working. There's a 512 push. Nice push right here on Myrna. Minesh, Sandeep, Milkman, Solidon, Luke, Cherry, SM, CDK, Market Wolf, Fahad, Nish, Tyler, Mayuki, Bullish Move, Vetri, Pepe, Unvi, Gotham, Nag, Z, Clint, Party P, S Beer, S Went, AV Capital, Nash, Rebecca, Drog. So all of these traders are green on Myrna D minus trade, and they're waiting to see how much more it can pay them, but they will not be red. I mean, you have to find the support levels, you know, you have to read the tape, understand where because when you're playing D minus, there's no cloud to save you. There's no cloud support to save you. Only thing you can play is support. Consolidation. Consolidation is the key. The signal on Marna was dip to 136 area, hold it, dip, hold it, dip, hold it. That was consolidation. So we'll see what happens. Market stays in the chop. DE going next leg. Great call there by ABCD. 600 psychological level. Great call on DE. DE Caterpillar, similar names. So it's good. All right. I'm just going to get off the voice. I'm going to turn on the scanner. I'll repeat. Do not kill yourself in the chop. Save your money. DE, what a beautiful breakout on DE, 600 psychological level. Baba is still working, stops on Baba, 125. Yeah, DE, once it cleared the pre-market high, it was off to races. Initially it was choppy. AV Capital, shout out AV Capital as well on the DE long. ABCD and AV Capital, shout out to those traders for DE callouts, just as per the game plan. Amazing folks, helping everyone selflessly. Thanks to everyone there who help every day, everyone. Reddit, yeah, Reddit is not a day trade long. Reddit is build a position versus 135, 140s position for long term.
Fed's
Yeah.
Muslim said strong growth and investment influencing the bond market. Muslim said Fed credibility not in question. Fed is focused on making monetary policy
This
independent
year,
of fiscal policy. Monetary policy is neutral or accommodative right now. That's from the Fed's Muslim.
this year Reddit has paid us
Currently
two
on
times.
CNBC.
It was bearish, went to
Says we monitor the
140s,
bond market all the time.
then went to 300. Then again, earnings went to 130s, then went to 184. So twice we have made money this year on Reddit. Scale around the long-term position. And yeah, it's going to be the same thing. Now, does Reddit stay more bearish this time? Who knows? Who cares? We just build a position, let it work. You don't really want to see it can go to 135. Yeah, it's possible if it stays bearish, but I would not like it to break 135. I would also not like it to break 140 because then that is a technical breakdown. But regardless, we will build positions slowly. Right now we are at I think we are at 80% of position already. We've been buying. It didn't scale out too much, I think, on the 180s. Breakdown, yeah, it's with the market. D-Dog did the same thing after getting into S&P, ran for a few days and then dumped. Might be related to that index as well, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, do not try to day trade it long. It's breaking bear flags. So, let it be. Yeah, get used to, if there's a your long-term position, get used to them being red for some time, as long as you have risk and conviction. DE going crazy now. DE, Bitcoin coin waiting for a breakout. We'll see what happens there. TEM, yeah, TEM over top 2. Let's see if TEM is doing. Yeah, TEM is still going. You can use the stops at under 67. Yeah. Yeah, watch the day 2 webinar if you're new. Make sure you watch the day 2 setup webinar. You'll find a lot of good setups there. Breaking out, Bitcoin is breaking out of a 1 hour flag. MSTR calls are working now. MSTR. If you took that
Members commentary by Fed's Musalem speaking on CNBC says given current Fed rates sees a lower probability of getting inflation to 2%, hiking rates now could save more aggressive action later.
Yeah, so BTC also, you know, plays nicely with the clouds. So it's nice.
Fed's Muslim said underlying inflation is between 2.5% and 3% and is too high and must be lowered.
All right, there's a Bitcoin call that I told you about. You can make a little chump change so far. Man, Robinhood, I actually want Robinhood to dump one day so I can add more. It just keeps going.
Muslim said there are some parts of the economy seeing credit getting crowded out.
little heavy here. Market getting heavy. The heavy. Yeah, if you watch the recap, you can pick a lot of these day 2 plays. Those who watch the recap. Look at TEM. I covered in the recap yesterday as well. One of the top day 2s. Insane move. We used to trade TEM a lot back in the day. Yeah, nice daily breakout on TEM. Wow. What a beautiful chart. Yeah.
Usalim said when you have supply shocks, you have to look at core inflation.
I might have to put some prices.
Usalim said earlier, gradual interest
So you
rate
guys-
increases
On
are
USB,
laughable
US
and
Bank
less
Corp,
disruptive. Won't offer
headlines
firm view
out
on what
of
he wants
a,
Fed to do at September FOMC meeting.
victim to lockbit ransomware.
Yeah, I might have to just put few $100 price for those. Give the raffle for those who watch videos and comment, just to get the lazy people watching it. Yeah, let me figure it out. Some of you might watch it for those winning those few $100 at least. Yeah, YouTube recaps. I have the most amount of content. I'm probably like third on YouTube for the most amount of trading related content. I have like 1700 videos. Anybody who watches them religiously will be an expert trader. But sadly, only few hundred watch religiously. The loyal, my loyal students. Yep. All right, I'm just going to turn the scanners on here. Yeah, I mean, and that's how it is, They want, those who just want to make quick money, they only make quick, little money. Those who want to learn and grow, super successful. And I know those who those people are, because I see the DMs, you guys see the DMs, many traders hitting their $1 million mark in the community. Many traders who were red before joining the community recovered all their losses. And but I could see that they are dedicated. Many traders who are still struggling, but they study hard. They study, they're pretty passionate. And one thing you gotta commit, you gotta commit to something. I don't know who you commit to. If you're not in this community, commit to some teaching, some concept, maybe commit to yourself. If you don't like somebody else, just commit to yourself, Commitment. I see traders, I just see traders jumping around, from room to room, guru to guru, indicator to indicator. No commitment. I have a student, one of our traders. He very committed to my teachings, very committed. Was doing really good, but he got complacent. Then he tries to learn some other teacher's concept, then some other teacher's concept. Like 4 or 5 gurus. He's like, this, I'm doing 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 this. Not one teaching, but You see this guy is successful. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Learn from everyone.
Benzinga market update, S&P futures down 36, the Dow
But don't
futures
get
down
distracted.
435, NASDAQ down 230. Crude is up $2.37 at
And finally, what happened
$86.76. Gold is up
once he started doing
27.60 at
that,
45.72.90. Bitcoin
he
futures up
stopped
30 at
growing
55
because
at
his mind was,
72,430.
I want to trade this, I want to trade this, I want to trade this breakout swings, I want to trade, follow this guru, follow that guru, I want to follow his teachings, and didn't do anything because he just wanted everything. And that's not how it works. You have to have commit or just combine from everything, make your own, and commit to yourself, your own. Because if you don't have a commitment and anything you do, it's not going to work out, even relationships. So that's the biggest, another problem a lot of public traders have. Quit distraction. Just focus. Traders will open multiple discords at the same time, try to follow multiple teachings. And there's some amazing teachers out there, even better teachers than me. I don't know. But you got to commit to someone. Don't commit to me, but whoever you commit to 100%. Don't just jump around. Oh, I'm going to trade Ripster Cloud. I'm going to trade this. I'm going to trade AVWAP. I'm going to trade this. I'm going to trade this breakout strategy from this guru. I'm going to trade this strategy from this guru. I'm going to trade this swing strategy from this guru. Just running around like crazy. No commitment. Make something. If you're in trading community,
game
make
your
something
game,
your
hitting
own.
new
Like,
highs now,
commit to
popping
it.
here, up about 36%. Golf Yankee. Earlier, the company had news out. Company.
Some traders use Ripster Clouds. It works for them a little bit. It doesn't work on 2-3 trades. They go try to trade with some other system. Oh, I need this guy. This thing is much better. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying maybe for some people, we at Tenet is not the place. Maybe it's not, right? Maybe something else. You just have to find what it is for you. Tenet is definitely not a place for those people who just need easy spoon feeds. It's not. Who can just wake up and make money. Although some people do make money, wake up, they're pretty good at not learning, but just following how, so they're very rare. But that's not a long-term success. But anybody who's willing to learn, study their butt off, and just learn the system, it's a great place. No better place than us, for anyone. And there are still people who have been struggling. They've been here for a year. They're still struggling. That's fine. They're still fighting it, but at least they're committing. They're not running away. But of course, those traders also, they have to make the changes, right? If you're doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again, at one point it's just our dumb mistakes that pull us back. Build a routine. You should have a routine. Without routine, you will not find success in the market. Either you're a swing trader, day trader, whatever you are. You need to build a routine. This is part of my routine every day. This is what I do in the morning. This is what I do. This is what I do at before the market open. This is what I do every weekend. This is what I do at the end of the day. If we are a successful community or a successful trading and investing community, it is because we have strict work ethics. You know, one of the largest community, you know, even our Tanner research app is growing so fast because we have work ethics. There barely will be very few days in a year when I'm not there at the open. Even if I'm sitting somewhere in the sea or in the, where I am, you know, have a routine. You know, we have a routine every day. We got a